What's up, people? Welcome back to 1v1. We are on match week 30. Time flies, man. This is the Premier League, and yeah, it's crazy. We are in literally the running, the last 9 games of the season. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. But as it stands on 1v1, last time you had 3 and I had 2. That means you closed the gap by 1, which puts you at 73 and puts me at 74. That is a very close title race right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I guess someone is going to have to wear the jersey for a long time next season.
oh, yeah. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. But let's jump into match week 30 and see if you are gonna close the gap and overtake me, or I'm gonna do an Arsenal on City. Let's see.
well, let's see how this one comes around. Like maybe, hopefully, this is the one that I recover because I've been getting this close, then you
Yeah,
pull away. Then I get
yeah.
this close, and then you pull away. Uh, Finally, I hope this is the time. This is the one I get you.
Starting with Arsenal, though. They are at the Emirates against Everton. I don't know. Well, we're gonna talk about City next, and then Liverpool, and then United. So
Yeah.
then Chelsea. So I don't know. Had you done an analysis before? Do you have your predictions? Or do you want us to go through it first, and then we can decide later, right?
Uh, well, I already have my prediction for Arsenal Everton.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh,
Uh,
I'm expecting a hard game
yeah.
because Everton's best ground has been away this season. They have been so stubborn. That's why I think it's going to be a difficult game. But I think at the point where we are in the title race and Man City having dropped points the previous match week, I don't really think that Arsenal have any other option apart from to continue taking advantage of that. So no matter how hard or pragmatic Everton come and stubborn, and no matter how stubborn they are, I think that Arsenal have to find a way to win this game, and that's what they are going to do. So on this one, I'm going to put my money on Arsenal for the win.
Yeah, it would be crazy if I thought Everton would come and pick a result at Emirates also. Myself as an Arsenal fan, but also in terms of just statistics and form and what is at stake really, because you win this game, you're playing before City, you got 10 points clear. City go away to a very tricky West Ham, so yeah, I think Arsenal has to take advantage then, got 10 points clear before they face City, so yeah, okay. Talking about West Ham City. West Ham host City, and that could be seismic this weekend, honestly, because West Ham has proven very tricky nowadays, and I wasn't able to call this one, honestly. I wanted to sit on the fence, but um, I, I'll give City a win because of everything that's happening and all the stakes. I know West Ham are in hot form, and I would not be surprised if they did one on City. This is the same manager Nuno that used to beat Pep home and away with Wolves, and Pep was winning the league. So he knows how to beat Pep. And this is not really the best City we know. It's not like the City of old. So well, just saying that tells me I need to pick a different result, I guess. I don't know what you think about this game.
Yeah, it's tougher than the Arsenal game. I don't know if you're
I'm,
standing on.
I'm gonna sit on the fence with this one myself.
Yeah, it's a tougher game than Arsenal Everton. And
Yeah.
although you chose to sit on the fence, that is what I consider. sitting on the fence, but just looking at the impact or like heading into this game, potentially Arsenal 10 points ahead of Man City. Uh, losing this, Man City losing this game is title gone, number one, and number two, Man City are coming on the backdrop of just having lost to Real Madrid,
Yeah.
and they might be hungry for a reaction. So I just feel like West Ham are going to give them a run for their money, make it so tough, but it's one of those games that I think Man City have to get a result by all means, whether it's controversial, whether it's dramatic or whatever. It's just one of those games where they have to get the result by any means. And as much as a draw looks likely, which I had considered at first, looking at what is at stake, Arsenal 10 points ahead and that loss, I feel like a response is really something that Man City will have to try and get on this game. And they might just force an ugly win here. Mm.
So you're picking City?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Uh, Liverpool host Tottenham. Well, we're going in. That was the title race right there. This is two teams. Unless you feel like there's another team in the title race that we can go to next. But after than that, I think the hottest game is not Liverpool Tottenham. Is Man United Villa. That's the highest. That's the highest stake after the first two games. Man United at home. Man United have been in good form, thrashing teams home and away, and always finding a way to get a result. But it didn't prove so last time away to Newcastle. It's a tough ground to be fair, but all the big boys have beaten Newcastle away this season. So I don't know. Do you feel like that could be like something that, or you feel like Man United will regain their form by hook or crook, get the win against Villa, considering the stakes are really high on this one?
I feel that after the loss to Newcastle, United have to respond. And uh, heading into the loss to Newcastle, we had not been convincing and we had been still picking results. But I think that loss resets things because and maybe the pressure to continue winning, Carrick being unbeaten and all that stuff, they finally crumbled. But then
Yes.
this is a tough game because whoever wins this game goes or stays third. United has had a very good run versus Aston Villa at Old Trafford. We've suffered away, but Old Trafford has been our best when it comes to Aston Villa. And even this season, we lost at Villa Park. So it's it's a case of does United want to give Aston Villa 6 points when we're all
Yeah.
fighting for Champions League?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a tough game, but I think this is a game where the boys have to come out and respond. I don't know how it feels like from a neutral point of view because I might have that United bias, but I trust the boys and I feel like uh, if we have to fight for Europe and if the players understand the homework that Europe is at stake, then this is a game that United has to win. So uh, I'm gonna go for United because of the home advantage, because of what is at stake.
Well, yeah, I had United also. Villa, I think they played midweek. Villa have been in poor form. They were beaten by Villa, thrashed by Chelsea. Uh, they're not really like Villa are not there yet, even mentally. Like they were outperforming they were burning a lot of all firing all cylinders, and they did it too early. I
Hmm.
don't think they have the energy to keep fighting in the Premier League. I think they might concentrate on trying to win both through the Champions League or through the Europa League for the Champions League, which is still respectable. It doesn't matter how you get there, front door, back door. The whole point is to listen to the anthem at your grounds next season. So-
So true. I mean, Spurs are there right now, and nobody cares how they got there.
exactly. They get the anthem at home next week. So yeah, yeah. I think for everything that's at stake, considering it's really tight. It's 51 United, 51 Villa just below on goal difference, then 48 Chelsea and
Mm.
48 Liverpool on goal difference. But Liverpool and Chelsea have a better goal difference than United, you know. And
Yeah.
if they win and get on the same points, and then Man United just goes to sixth. I think, considering it is a home form against someone that's next, a home game, someone that's next to you, I think this is where you take advantage. I think United will come good. So this is from a rational point of view. Yeah.
Well, I hope that is the result. Uh,
Yeah. But there's another trickier fixture. Chelsea host Newcastle. Yeah, that's. Let me check. This is Newcastle currently sit 12th with 39, and the guys that are above them are at 40, 40, 40. So a win would propel them like they're 12th, they could go ninth or something like
mm,
that, or just
mm,
it's not that far. So they also have a risk, they have a need to. But considering they have, well, they both have Champions League games,
mm.
but one plays after the other. Chelsea plays before. But Chelsea's home both games. Oh man, I think, uh, I think a draw. Yeah, I think a draw. Considering they drew the first game, and they're both going to be very conservative. Considering they have games next week. Newcastle are still in it. Chelsea will want a point to prove, so they're still in it. Both of
Mm,
them, they want to prove a
mm.
point. So I think I'll go for a draw.
Yeah, this is a tough one because I just had a draw and then I scratched the draw for Chelsea. Uh, because this is the one that when I looked at all the 10 games, I think I rushed to the other nine and then I just didn't know what to do about this game.
uh,
Uh, but then I decided to settle for Chelsea, number one because they are at home, and number two because they seem to be in better form. Uh, but also, I mean, apart from the losses versus Arteta, uh, this Rosinia has looked to be a little bit stable in the league, picking points and draws. That's why I considered a draw. But I think on
he
away
drew
form,
Burnley and Leeds, to be fair. He drew Leeds while 2-0 ahead at home.
yeah,
Yeah,
Leeds
like,
has just been ugly. Has just been an ugly fixture. You know, Arsenal blew them away, and you might think that they're an easy team, but apart from Arsenal blowing them away, they had a 3-3 versus Liverpool. They drew United, and I think Man City scored one goal and
yeah,
became pragmatic to see away the game.
yeah.
You know, so Arsenal result aside, Leeds has been a stubborn team.
Mm,
And you know, if I look at away table, I think Newcastle is number 17 on away table. They have
mm,
they have more games than points.
mm,
While on home table, Newcastle and Chelsea look to be more or less the same. I think Newcastle has 3 more points than Chelsea at home, but also
mm,
Newcastle has played one more game than Chelsea at home. So the away form for Newcastle is just the scare here that made me say that maybe Chelsea might nick this. Also considering that Chelsea's loss to Newcastle was one of those painful ones because they were in it and then they gave away 2 goals. So it's one of those games that you come out with anger. I mean, you can say the same for Newcastle because they were leading to the last minute and then they gave away a penalty.
yeah.
So they both suffered some of those painful losses that make you wanna,
Last minute collapse. Yeah.
yeah, those ones that make you want to respond real quick. So I think Newcastle's poor away form makes me think that Chelsea might just nick this. Mm.
Well, that's very rational, to be fair, because Chelsea are in a different battle. it doesn't seem like they're going through in the Champions League. And as much as they would want to fight, it's
True.
3 goals down. So realistically, they know. And they know that Liverpool are hosting Tottenham. And if United and Villa draw, best case scenario, then they are
Mm.
1 point behind them, for the best
Mhm.
case scenario for them. So,
Yeah.
uh, ah,
Mhm.
I think Newcastle will want to prove that they did not fluke last time. Let's see. They'll want to, even though they look so disjointed, man. But and to
Yeah,
be fair, they're
sometimes
the ones that feel like they have a chance more than Chelsea in the Champions League. Realistically,
true.
yeah,
They're still more in it.
yeah, they're still in it.
Mhm.
They're at a point where the game is there. You go 0-0 first half, you're in it
Mhm.
completely.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I think I'll take Chelsea also. I think I'll get Chelsea. But this one should be easier on paper. Liverpool hosting Spurs. Spurs are winless in, I stopped keeping count, but the new manager has played 4 games so far. Was it 5? No wins, 0 losses.
They are bottom of
Away
form
to
table.
Liverpool, is it?
They are bottom of form table, 0 points in 5 games.
Yeah, so yeah, they're not winning at Liverpool. They're not fighting at Liverpool. Van de Ven is out, suspended. Romero clashed with, what's his name? The other guy, was it Palinha or was he one of the, well, they clashed. They're out for concussion. So, yeah. Yeah. I mean, if a miracle happens, I'll take the L, but I think
Mm.
Liverpool is going to have to win, considering the fight they're having at the top. They're at the
True.
bottom of that fight, that
Yeah,
top
true.
four, that 4 teams fight. So I think Spurs will go down. Yeah.
Now
You
I'm of a
think?
similar idea.
Yeah.
I'm for Liverpool. I just hate Liverpool because for two reasons. Number one, they're my arch rivals. Uh, and number two, every time I predict on them, I get it wrong. So uh, I don't know. Like this one looks clear that Liverpool has to beat Spurs because right now everybody's getting points off Spurs. And
Yeah.
if you are fighting for Europe and then you don't pick points off Spurs, United did. Aston Villa will if they have not done it. Uh, Chelsea will if they have not done it. So
Yeah.
if you don't pick your points from Spurs and you're chasing Europe, I mean, as much as we're saying that Spurs should fire their manager, but if Liverpool are not beating Spurs this match week, then Ancelotti has to explain why what he has done to Liverpool to continue trusting him.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
so
He has to explain why he needs to finish the season.
exactly. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so I'm going to go for Liverpool, but I've never wished to be wrong about Liverpool than this match week. But I'm going for Liverpool.
Well, okay. So we are out with the big boys. The next tricky game, well, not much at stake really. Crystal Palace host Leeds.
Mm.
Let me see how the first leg went. Uh, give me 1 second. Slow internet. There you go. 4-1, first game. Leeds stamped them 4-1.
Boom.
Yeah, I think it was about the time they were starting to lose form in December. Yeah, in December.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I chose to sit on the fence on this one. And I think the
Mhm.
fact that Leeds thumped Palace
Yeah.
in the first leg, that might kind of uh, convince me that I probably might have gone for the best choice here because Leeds are really trying to get out of that. Well, they got out of the relegation zone and they're just
Hmm.
thinking about strengthening it.
Hmm.
They are not in danger, and Palace are home. And you have to give Palace. I have to give Palace some home advantage. They still have some players,
Yeah.
some good players. They just signed the Larsen guy. He's good. I think Mateta is back on. Wait, he
Oh,
might
he
not
is?
play. He might not
Mm,
play.
mm.
Larsen is there. They have some qualities here and there, the likes of Sar. So I think that Leeds might cause them a problem because Leeds is a very stubborn side. So I'm expecting Leeds to go to Palace and cause problems, but I'm not seeing a situation where Palace are letting Leeds take six after that 4-1 thumping. So this is a game that I think they might settle for a tie. Mm.
Yeah, a tie would do both of them good. Mm, not much for Palace because they're not really in a fight. Plus, then, yeah.
Mm.
Okay, I'll give you a tie. I think I'll give Palace a win. Just looking at how their form has been, and it doesn't really seem like they're going to go far in Europe. They didn't
Mm.
win at home. They might chances of winning away are a bit slim.
Mm.
So, but Palace is also like that. The manager is in, is out. He cares. He doesn't care. It's crazy.
Oh, true.
But for them, I think for as long as they survive, they'll be fine.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's the
Uh,
ultimate goal.
yeah. On the relegation side, Burnley, do you think Burnley will get out of it? No.
Nah,
They
I
still
think
have a
that.
lot of games though, but Burnley, no.
Nah, I think they
Burnley
have
Wolves
cooked.
are gone. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think Burnley is cooked.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah. They
they
host Bournemouth.
they might cause problems here and there.
Uh-huh.
Like Wolves wakes up one day and causes a star in the fixtures, but uh, I think Burnley, their goose is cooked.
They were stubborn against Chelsea, yeah, but ever since they've just been conceding. Yeah, maybe the only motivation is Wolves not catching up with them. That would be funny if Wolves were able to not finish last. But you think Bournemouth is gonna trash them? They drew the first game away to Bournemouth. Maybe that was a different kind of Burnley, but uh, yeah, I think Bournemouth will win this one. Yeah, I think
That's how long
Bournemouth.
it took me. That's how long it took me to settle on that one too.
Yeah, yeah, Bournemouth are in a different stratosphere. Also, I mean, it's so tight, man. 40, Fulham 40, Sunderland 40, Newcastle 39, Palace 38, Brighton 37. Between that, that's 3 points between 9 and 14th.
Yeah, that's a
That,
tight. That's a tight spot to be in, and
yeah,
I settled for Bournemouth too. I think Burnley can be stubborn. I mean, the thing with Burnley is they can pull out they can pull out a surprise and get a draw. I'm just not seeing them beat Bournemouth. I think there's a time when Bournemouth had like 8 draws or something of that sort. Like they went 10 games with 2 losses and like 8 draws. I don't know. Maybe that's the spell where Burnley
yeah,
nicked that draw. But I
yeah.
think Bournemouth are back firing and on a good day they score goals. So I think Bournemouth might just nick this one. So I'm with you on this one for Bournemouth.
Yeah, Bournemouth are a bit too good for Burnley now, and Burnley are going down. Yeah. The other tricky game is Sunderland hosting Brighton. I mean, these guys are not really fighting for anything, but yeah, it looks like a nice fixture to watch.
Yeah, how far Brighton away from a European sport? Like conference or something?
No, that group I just read you between ninth and Brighton are the last at 37. But
Oh,
Palace 38, Sunderland 40, Fulham 40, Bournemouth 40. So if Brighton win against Sunderland,
they
they
joined
go
them.
same points as Sunderland. They go above Sunderland because they have a better goal difference.
Mm.
But
Yeah,
the
Sunderland
away
play
to
home.
Sunderland, yeah, sorry.
Sunderland play home, and they have two consecutive home losses. Uh, Brighton is a good side, but I'm thinking that with two consecutive home losses, it might be a time when Sunderland put a stop to that.
Yeah.
I mean, they have already qualified to stay in the Premier League, so that complicates the matter because they might get the foot off the gas. But they have good players, and good players can always turn up on a good day when they're enjoying their game. And if the fans get behind them, they can still cause problems.
Yeah.
So I'm not expecting Sunderland to lose this game. Uh, but Brighton being under 40 points and how stubborn they are, and among their complaints about Arsenal having played this and that, well, they're now going to play Sunderland, and they might be
Exactly.
required to prove that the problem was not just Arsenal.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing a situation where both teams turn up and end up with a draw on this one.
Mm, yeah, I think Sunderland are gonna win. If this guy does not like those tactics and he's going away to Sunderland, I've just realized he's never been away to Sunderland. He's gonna meet Mr. Broby and what's the other centre back? Ballard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, he might be
Sunderland are
put
not going to
there.
lose at home to this guy and let him come above him. No,
No.
no, no,
Mm.
no. I think I'll pick Sunderland on that one. Uh, Nottingham Forest host Fulham.
Mm.
Nottingham are they look like they're on fire, but Fulham are a very good side.
Exactly.
But Nottingham are in Europe, though. That's a bit complicated, but
And they have
uh,
an L in Europe.
yeah, they have an L in Europe. I think Nottingham they're on the highway now. They're on gear 5 in the Premier League. They're on a good vibration. Uh, I think they smell blood above them. I think
Mm.
they know that if they keep getting results in the Prem, they have a
Mm.
chance of staying up, and they're at home. Fulham
Mm.
have nothing to fight for. I think Nottingham will win this game. Nottingham should win this game, so I don't know.
Well, they Forest need to win this game, considering where they are in the table. Uh, I just don't trust them that much. They have caused problems, but they haven't really been taking the 3 points as much. Uh, and even taking a second L from Midtjylland in Europe
Yeah.
didn't sit really well, because as much as uh, they're in a bad spot and they seem to be really fighting, they're just not closing the business. And considering Fulham is a good side, I think this is another situation where both teams turn up, and we might just end up with a tie, according to what I'm seeing.
Okay. uh, and well, yeah. Wait, is Broby a Sunderland player or Brent? Yeah, Sunderland player. I think.
Rob is Sunderland. Brentford
Sunderland,
has
yeah,
the ego. Ego who?
yeah.
No, no, not ego.
Thiago.
What? Oh, Thiago. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Ego is at Nottingham Forest.
yeah, and Thiago, the other guy is Brentford. Brentford have the second top scorer, and they host stubborn Wolves. Do you think Brentford are, we say it in Swahili, wametia maji, ama you think they're going to be caught flat-footed?
Nah, I think they know Wolves. If they were going to Molyneux,
Yeah,
yeah, that one will be
different.
things can go south real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they are home, so I think they might be ready for Wolves theatrics. And Brentford is in a good spot for a European spot,
yeah,
for maybe conference or something. And Wolves is definitely going down.
yeah,
So I'm expecting Wolves to give Brentford a run for their money, though. But I think Brentford just come out on top for this one.
yeah. Yeah. I think Brentford will be a bit too much for them. Yeah,
Mm.
people already discovered who Wolves is. They just stay in the game. So you just have to also stay alert
All
because
right.
they'll catch you flat-footed.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but I think Brentford, they're lucky to play Wolves now. I pick Brentford. They're lucky to play Wolves now because they're like people have already seen what's happened. Yeah, but yeah, there we go. Let's see how it goes this week. Wait, Crystal Palace Leeds. Who did I pick? I picked Palace.
Yeah, you give Palace that one.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, there we are. I'm gonna send you a picture and we'll see how it goes by Monday.
Sounds good.
All
Oh.
right.